along to the show, everybody. Today we have some festival organisers with us today on the Life and Business show here at Podhub, where we like to interview different types of interesting people, interesting stories. Doesn't always have to be business, but we have a very unique story. It was a local festival. We were there. We attended ourselves this year. It was called Aurfest, and we attended it over a couple of days. We had a few different stages. It was a very family orientated thing, and we had some comedy. There was some arts there as well, and it was a very kind of I suppose niche festival, something a bit different. We really enjoyed ourselves. Got a chance to interview some of the acts. So we've asked the two organisers today of the actual festival, Sonya and Alan, to come to the studio and to talk with us today about how the festival went, how it came about, where did the origin story come from. So that's what people at home really want to know, is how do you come up with these ideas? Where do you where does it come from? How did it come about? The origin story of Aurfest. So go ahead.
This is going to be very quick.
Yeah.
It started with alcohol. It ended with alcohol. In the middle, I think there was a little bit of alcohol.
Right.
And then we just wung it the whole way through the festival. And here we are.
Excellent. Okay.
Sponsorship, please.
What do we talk about now?
Well, look at some great ideas come out of them social nights out.
I like that. Look at that, social nights.
Social nights out, yeah, rather than
Upside down under the table talking about putting a festival on. Is that social?
Do you know what would be great? Hold on, I'm watching a Guns N' Roses concert. Do you know what would be great?
Yeah.
If you got Guns N' Roses.
right.
You'd been thinking about this for
Ever.
20 years. Like,
I
as
would
long
say.
as I remember, as long
You
as I
always
know
wanted
you.
to do something like this, Sonya, did you?
Yeah, no, like realistically, went
And that would have been
I went
small.
to, yeah, that was small. It was small. Like had Oxygen before that. We had Witness before that.
Wow.
So we're going way back to there, and I was like, this is great in a tent, cooking sausages and rashers, thinking I'm amazing. People peeing at the side of it, and I was like, yeah, I love this.
yeah, brilliant.
But, I went to Electric Picnic and saw a whole different side of festivals, because obviously Oxygen became very commercial and very streamlined, and it was like, it had nice little quirky bits, and you were wandering into a forest, and this was happening, and just weird things were happening in trees, and I was like, I really liked it. This is cool. Like, you feel like you can just be yourself. Nobody's expecting anything of you. And I was always like, yeah, I could do something like this. No, I was in my 20s. I couldn't do anything like that. Not a chance. I didn't have the money or the experience to be doing anything like that. But then, we started hanging out in the Spirit Store and met Alan and came into a very musical kind of like family, if you like, and accumulated a musical family, really. And yeah, it all kind of like started from there. I was always thinking, I'd love to do this. But I remember when I was young, like, I'm going to say 12.
Right.
Running in Meadowgrove, running like a little bar with music pumping out behind me and people paying me 10 cents, or 10p it was, going 10p for their drinks, and I was there with my, waistcoat and thinking I was from Cocktail and stuff.
Right,
yeah. So I did even went further back than Electric Picnic, let's put it like that.
It was always in you. You
Yeah.
had to do
And then you
something
never
like
made
this.
any money since.
I have lost so much money.
But I say, look, it's extremely hard to make money at things like this.
Yeah,
It
look,
really is.
I've said this numerous occasions. To me, this is not about making money. I know people are like, of course it's about making money, or you blah, blah.
Yeah.
It's not about making money. I don't want to lose money, but it's not about making money. It's about making this community and having this sort of festival. I was just at Fantastival last weekend, and that was the end of Fantastival.
Right.
And it was one of those magical festivals where, again, it didn't feel like it was about making money. It was about making communities and about making music and about making art, and it was about that and that feeling. It's a feeling, really, and that's what I'd love this to be. Not a money maker, not a money loser, but not a money maker, and just have that feeling of going, this is great. Just sit in the field, have a can, and let the kids run around you.
yeah. So that's what it's about for you, Sonya.
That's what it's about
That's the real.
We've
essence
always
behind
discussed from the start that if there was money made, if 1,000 people had gone to the first Aurfest and we made an absolute fortune, the whole lot would just go back into the next one and the next one and the next one.
Okay, just to build it and to build it, because it's something like, isn't it, 3 to 4 years to nearly even break even
5-year
or something.
plan.
Give it a 5 year. Yeah.
So like, there's not many people sticking with projects
And
for 3 to
I'm
5
getting
years.
old, man.
I'm not.
You're going backwards.
No, I'm going backwards.
But it
Benjamin
was,
Button.
I've been to different festivals myself over the years. Nothing like that. That is unique, and it was different, and we really enjoyed ourselves, you know. Like, if we bring up the poster, if we actually had the poster, even looking at the poster, you would understand that this is actually a different type of event. Yeah.
Thanks, Alan.
So there we go. So on this here, you had some of the top headline acts. Then we had the acoustic stage, and then we had so much fun at the comedy stage.
Comedy
it was
stage
laugh
is great.
after laugh.
It's great.
And with some great names there as well. Do you want to talk us through some of the acts here? And did you see much of the acts?
I saw.
Because you were.
Let me see. What did I see?
At the time.
I played this. This was me.
Right. And the GAC was, I play bass in the GAC, so that was me.
I think that was it.
Yeah.
I think that's all I experienced for the whole festival.
Really, yeah. Because we got to interview a lot of them, so we did. We interviewed Duke Special. Duke was lovely to interview. He was such a gentleman.
That was
unbelievable.
an amazing show. To me,
He
the
was
surprise, it was the surprise of the weekend, because if anyone had said to me that you're going to be listening to vaudeville, strange left of centre music at midnight in a field in Liragan, that's not going to work. And oh my God, it worked so well.
It was fantastic.
Magical. He read a poem and you could have heard a pin drop.
Yeah,
I missed
at midnight.
Right.
To be fair, our sound engineer was amazing too. George.
Second to none.
Yeah, the sound was fantastic.
He was fantastic on the stage.
Because Duke had the big percussion guy with him, hadn't he?
Chip.
That was amazing.
Stunning.
The kit he had with him, hadn't he?
Yeah.
Edinburgh washing machine, that guy.
Well, Duke was on the side there, and Duke had the rest of the stage.
Yeah.
That's kind of how that goes, really,
Absolutely.
isn't it?
You see the footage, we're right up on stage getting the whole lot close in, like with some great close-ups. So that was Duke, and then Jinx was on just before him. Jinx Lennon.
Another great show, amazing show.
Like, you're not going to copy that act anytime soon, are you? No. That's an unusual act.
Well, the Twisted Sisters giving them a run for the money.
Twisted Sisters, they were great fun. They were great fun.
They're just amazing human beings. That's it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if they even sing on stage. They're just amazing human beings.
It's lucky for us because Dundalk always has a very rich heritage of music and bands, and it always has. And every second person I know has been in a band, is about to be in a band, or is in a band.
Yeah.
And we could say to the likes of Duke Special, which we know him personally, or String Ninjas, or bands that are from outside of town or outside of Louth to come in. It's not a problem. But most of the bands on that are local, and the level of level of musicianship and professionalism. I don't remember a time when the music scene. I've been in the music scene in Dundalk for a long time, but I don't remember the level that it's got to now. Level of excellence that
spoiled for talent down.
Oh my God! So especially a lot of the younger crew.
Yeah.
A lot of on the acoustic stage, stunning songwriting, stunning voices. Clara Byrne, Rowan Murphy. These are crazy good, you know, and it was very easy to put a festival together because you could we'll start locally. It's called Aurfest. It's about the local scene. It's about Louth. It's about Dundalk. It's about it's out in Liragan, but it's about that kind of area.
Yeah.
And just to start drawing all these people in from town and then build a festival on top of that. It was that bit was easy.
Well, it will always be that. It will always be about local. And it will always be, obviously we'll have to take out an act here or an act there. And we do want to take the surrounding areas, as in like Cross, Newry, Belfast, because there's such good acts as well. And they love coming down here too. Absolutely. But the bulk of this festival is Aurfest. It's our local community.
Brilliant. Well, Alan, it was really good to hear you say that, because I know you run a local venue, you run local events and that there. So it's great to hear somebody who's seen the scene around town and have such a good commentary about it. That's the level of what we're seeing around. And we witnessed that at the festival. It was talent after talent, I think the only shame about this here, but you're strong on this, is that you cap it at 1,000.
Yeah.
Which makes it a very kind of intimate, I think is a better word for it, Yeah. And I noticed that the level and the type of clientele that you had there was from children to people in their 60s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everybody was enjoying it.
Yeah.
There was something for everybody.
And that's what we want. You wanted to come to a festival and have it nice and intimate.
Yeah.
We have our big festivals. You can all go to that but let's keep let's keep it ours. Secret.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Have people knocking on the door saying, "Can I get in?" No.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah. Name's not on this. You can't come in.
If we're in a position to be selling 1,000 tickets, great. There's nothing that we can't put on with that, because with that kind of money or with that kind of sales. And as you say, I would much prefer to have a small niche boutique bespoke festival, and it's 1,000 and it's exclusive. Because once you start going in, all right, we'll go 2.5, okay, we'll go 4,999, because once you go 5,000, the insurance goes through the roof. Then it becomes bigger and bigger and bigger, and then you're a coordinator. You don't see anything. You're sitting in an office coordinating, and we prefer to be hands on and you know, get the high vis on and
Oh,
up and
like
down the field all
So
day.
you were certainly hands-on.
we
We've
were the
seen it.
hands-on,
Yeah, we've seen that.
Like
yeah.
we did the build, we did the breakdown. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we were lifting
Yeah.
the fencing off the things and putting them onto the. You know, we
Yeah.
were doing that. Do you know? So it wasn't a thing of we got a company to do this, company we couldn't afford it.
Well, you see, this is great insight. This is what we like to show people at home on the Life and Business show here is an insight is what is it like to put on an event?
Exhausting.
How many days did it take you to do that?
Exhausting.
And you're saying
Yeah.
you're rolling up your sleeves yourself and you're getting stuck into it.
Yeah.
So, and then there's a loss of money that goes along with it too. There's marketing, there's managing the acts, there's health and safety, there's insurance, there's all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, there's realising that, we actually need a forklift. Whoops.
Yeah.
We actually need this. Oh, crap, okay. Oh, no, but we were down in the mud. We were down in the trenches. We were the people doing it. There was a core, 6 of us actually doing the work. And 6 people to make a festival is not a lot of people. You know, you would think it's whatever, but we needed to put the fencing up. We need to do that. We had to make the stages. We have to do this. We had to get the plugs to run to certain places. We did that.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, we all did that. Like.
Yeah, so anybody at home looking to put on a festival, that's kind of what's in it.
Well,
Unless you have a big bank balance,
There's the
yeah.
other
you
thing.
need to pull favors. You need to talk to people that you've that you've known for years that are in the business. And plenty of people that you call in and say, look, I need a favor, or I need you to point me in the right direction, or you ran a festival, or you did this. What did you see? Were the pitfalls? Should you do? Should you not do?
Yeah.
And there was plenty of them. There was plenty of them to go, for God's sake, don't do this.
Yes.
Yeah.
And whatever you do, do this.
Yeah. Right.
A couple of people said don't do it.
Some couple of people said don't do it.
Sure, a lot said it.
We had a
Don't
few
do
people
that.
saying don't do it unless you're prepared to lose money. So we were like, okay.
You're prepared to take the risk at least anyhow.
Let's just make it a small amount of money.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay. Oh, no, that's all right. No, very good stuff. Because this is also, well, I'll tell you what we'll do before we go on to some of that there. We'll show one of the videos that we actually took from some of it so people at home can see some of the video. They can see some of the stages and they can see some of the acts and different things that went on because we just kind of mashed it all together to kind of show, and I think this is what we kind of come up with. It's only one of the videos, so it is. It's only one of the videos that we've done, and it's a beautiful setting as well, Liragan Park, isn't it? Yeah.
You couldn't build something like that.
No, you can't. I have to say, comedy stage. There was Orla Crilly, wasn't
Legend,
it?
absolutely legend.
Yeah,
she booked an awful lot of the acts, did an amazing job.
Twisted Sisters, wasn't it?
Yeah.
There's the lads.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, Caravan Mambo guys, they were just.
Caravan Man, but we would have been lost
were
without them. They
brilliant.
were absolutely
they filled in all the gaps,
brilliant.
didn't they? And then they done their own thing.
Killjoy.
So nice.
Killjoy they won the Battle of the Bands in Tolls and got their spot.
Excellent.
Oh, they're an amazing band.
And they're only young guys.
I know. That's what I'm talking about. The level of musicianship is
These
unreal.
guys, stunning.
Negro and Pacto. Excellent, I thought. I actually caught that. I done some of that footage myself, actually.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Oh,
Enjoyed
they're so
it.
good.
Yeah.
And again, so nice. Like,
Yeah,
we're surrounded with just sound
String
people.
Ninjas, isn't it?
They were brilliant. They are so funny. They're
That
great
is one of the
guys.
best. We just laughed the whole way through it.
Yeah.
We just laugh.
Jinx.
And then we have
They're
Jinx.
not
then
like
as well.
Jinx.
Absolutely.
Brilliant.
That's
Duke
our
then.
special.
Yeah. Headline act.
Oh, he's classy. He was brilliant.
Yeah.
This
dude
lunatic.
is
Wait
just
for the little ching.
class.
There we go. We got it in. You just got to.
Turkish teeth. Turkish
Yeah,
teeth.
Let's check it here.
that's
Joe
right. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Trasa.
Did you hear his bit about the bingo numbers at Mountjoy Jail? Did you?
No.
Oh, that was classic. I'm
Emma
not kidding
Dorn.
you. It was really funny. Emma was really polite too. She was lovely.
Emma's
Really
lovely, yeah.
And look, there was great crowds at all of the
Yeah.
all the stages.
Yeah.
Sorry, the stages.
Oh,
This
there
was
you go.
the Father
Twisted
Ted
Sisters
caravan,
again,
wasn't
yeah.
it? We were parked right beside that ourselves. That's where we done our interviews, and it was great because we could interview people in the caravan as well, and
Yeah.
some of that. It was good.
Brilliant.
Great comedians as well and stuff like
It's mad looking back at it now. Like,
Isn't it? Bringing a
That's
lot of
only
good
that.
memories. A lot
That's
of
only the
good
tip of
memories.
the iceberg. Like we've
Yeah.
hundreds of hours.
Oh, fantastic.
We literally have hundreds. So we'll release these bits and pieces to you over the next few months and that now. Very
Brilliant.
good. So that's some of the stuff. Yeah, which one of the acts were your kind of favourites at the actual festival?
I'm going to be honest that I didn't actually see a lot of acts because I was just running around.
Of course, yeah, you're
Wait.
organising.
2 radios and a mobile phone.
Yeah.
So I was like, give me a hug. I was like, yeah, blah, 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 yeah. run on.
Oh,
you know, like to
yeah,
be honest,
I suppose so.
I'd say I couldn't even have picked it anyway because they were all brilliant. Like,
of course,
I've seen them
there's
all
so much
individually
good
in
stuff.
different places.
So much good
but
stuff.
definitely they were amazing acts anyway.
I was doing stage management on the day, so
Yeah.
I would make sure that everything was right. I had great crew. I had a great crew, and the sound men on the main stage, they came with the system, and they were absolutely brilliant. Boric on sound up on the acoustic stage, who was equally brilliant.
Yeah,
Nothing phased them. Nothing worried them.
Yeah.
Great crew.
Yeah.
And I would go down to the stage and say, is the band there? And you're happy? Good. And as they go on stage, then I run up to the other stage going, is that thing? And you've got is that okay? You're good. Right, I'll go back down to that stage and say. But Duke Special was I mean, it was just surreal. It was surreal that it was just so as good as it was. Elephant played this the acoustic show, and it was just getting dusk. And I went up to Porrick, it was on sound, and I said, "What did you do?" And he was like, "What?" He looked like, "What?" I said, "Don't touch anything. That sound is perfect." I just stood back, and you could just see people almost with their eyes closed. And he played an amazing show, and the sound was perfect. The sun was going down. Just one of those festival moments where you're like, nobody do anything.
Yeah.
You know, you don't get many of these in life.
Yeah, yeah. That's brilliant.
She's a couple, yeah. And I did love that Fomorian played, who are a local progressive death metal band, I guess. They're as heavy as you get. And you could see these, like the gang from Twisted Sister or you know, 50, 60-year-old festival goers with their tie-dye and they're standing and the lads start and they're like, what the hell is this? Yeah. And within minutes they're kind of going, do you know what?
This is good.
The first time they'd ever listened to music like that.
Yeah.
And I got a real buzz out of it because the whole point of festivals is that you can drop in and out to any band you like. And I have spotted my favourite bands from just wandering into a tent going, who the hell are these?
Yeah.
And they blow you away. Yeah. And then now you can do it now that you just go on Spotify and like the band. But before it was like, as soon as you get home, you had to rush out and buy the CD or the record or whatever. And I love that people listen to different music and go, wow. So that's another thing to this is that we're not a rock festival. It's not just about the music because there's comedy as well, but we'll take any genre.
Yes.
We don't care what you are. It can be, you know, the likes of, I know Post-Punk Podge didn't play this year, but we'd love to get someone like that that's just a bit of hip-hop, violin, very experimental. Sexy Tiger would be another. That you can't really pigeonhole and say, okay, this is an alternative rock festival. No, it is not.
No.
It's a music festival.
Well, I've seen what you're talking about there in action on the day where you had people walking down a field and all of a sudden a new act comes on and there's different stages and they're like, and they turn direction and go to a different stage because they liked what they heard coming down the field. You know what I mean?
That's it.
It was like,
that's it.
I mean, what that is.
I play bass with the GAC, with the local punk band, and I'm standing on stage and I'm tired because it's been, you know, all week. And I'm standing on stage and I just look up and I see all the trees on the forest and I'm looking around me going, this is such a great spot. And as soon as we start playing the first note, not many people in front of us, I'm like, okay, played the first note and then the crowd just came in from everywhere. And it's like, this is what it's about.
It's special when you get stuff like that there. Fantastic. So we're really, really delighted that the festival is going ahead next year, and we do understand that there's an awful lot of hard work and pain that goes along with this and effort and that. So, so it's a music, arts and comedy festival, which is capped at over 1,000. I know now you're starting on the promotional drive now for next year already, right? Yeah. So some of the stuff we have here is that you have a wee our wee fest. It's called now on the 4th of October, and it's in Tolls here in Dundalk. On the doors open about 7 o'clock, Alan.
7 o'clock,
like
on Saturday the 4th, I think, 4th of October.
And how many acts? It will be a couple of acts.
6.
6 acts on it.
3 on the main stage, and we're going to set up a little acoustic stage as well, and literally no changeover. It's just going to be one to the other to the other.
Wee mini festival, brilliant. Okay.
That's quite a bit of work to do on the day as well, but we're That's what
But
we
we're
do.
glutton for punishment.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you have tickets on the door for all the Podhub staff. We'll be down supporting us as well and videoing a bit
Bring
of it.
your cameras,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Right. So then you're going to start into some promo nights now. They're going to be picked later on in the year. They're going to happen next year as a bit of a run into this. So it's kind of stay tuned to the socials, to the website, all of that kind of stuff, in order to make sure that you can attend some of these local event nights as a run-up to the festival. Is that the idea?
Yeah, that's correct, yeah.
Very good.
As I say, we'll do one now in October and probably one in maybe February and then another one maybe in April, something like that.
Good.
But obviously we don't have dates for them yet, but stay tuned.
On the first one that we had, we had a few problems about where it was going to be on.
Yeah.
And we had one venue and then it didn't work out, and then we had another place and it didn't work out, and time was ticking as it went on. So I think we had our backs
late this year.
Yeah, we had our backs against the walls in terms of marketing.
Right.
And we couldn't really go forward until we had 100% this is the venue. I can't book bands until I know the date and the venue.
Yeah.
And once that was done, we were all systems go, but we only had about 2 months really.
Realistically, yeah.
About 2 months to really
of
push
actually
this.
pushing and getting things done and
Yeah.
built and blah blah. By the time we got the venue and everything sorted out, it was about
It was
that.
about 2 months of real push.
Imagine what we could do.
Yeah.
A whole year.
A whole year to plan, actually, yeah. Well, stop the social nights out and you might get something done.
That's where the ideas come from. Where we don't get any ideas.
Where do you think the name came from?
Absolutely, yeah. So there's obviously we've everybody knows, look, the festival didn't make enough money to pay for itself last year, so a GoFundMe had to be set up then in order to make sure it's going to be there for next year.
Yes.
And we want to kind of put that out on our socials, put it out in your socials, and to a lot of the acts that were actually there as well. So anybody who's watching the video and has either attended the festival or got a lot out of this actual interview and that, so please try and help them with the GoFundMe. Them links are going to be around. And then in the next couple of weeks, I hear there's some early bird tickets coming out.
Yeah, so we're going to launch a limited amount on the 4th of October. So if you come to our Aurfest, there will be a certain amount that will be launched then at this year's prices as well.
Oh, right.
So we're not going to put up the prices until next year.
Okay.
And anybody who came to the festival this year, we're going to honour them as well with this year's prices.
Oh, that's very good as well. Oh, that's really good, guys.
Right, do you know what? They came to the first one. They actually give us a bit of support. So 100%. Why wouldn't you do that?
Well,
that our Aurfest is it has a really eclectic, really good lineup. Because Twisted Sisters are playing, Fomorian are playing, Elephant are playing the main stage. Acoustically, it's Rowan Murphy, Catherine McChrystal, and Eugene O'Hanlon. They're all playing for nothing.
Oh, excellent.
So that we can raise
because they want
funds.
this to happen
next year. That's real nice. Well, that's what you picked up at the festival. It was a real community out there, and I could easily see people helping out.
We see it on the GoFundMe as well. Like we were absolutely stunned. We might get 500 quid, and it's at two and a half grand now. We were stunned at the generosity of people, and we pitched it more towards people that I was going to go to the festival and I didn't. Well, I tell you what you can do. You can throw a 5 or a 10 in, and they did. Every one of them did.
A lot of people did,
So we'd love to get a bit more into that. We'd love to take another bite out of it because we were down a good few grand, and we were so close.
Yeah.
With very little funding.
Yeah.
Very little help, and I'm not being nasty about that.
We had lots of help.
Yeah.
But very little actually.
Financially.
Financial help. Yeah, because I noticed that you didn't have a main sponsor. You had some mini sponsors here, but there was no mains. Are you looking for a main sponsor for next year?
We are looking for a main sponsor, and I will be hitting everybody up in Dundalk in the next couple
of
weeks.
We'd love a local main sponsor, or even 3 or 4 local main sponsors would be nice. But I understand if someone is coming in and saying, we're running our festival, it's our first time doing it, can we have money? No.
Absolutely not.
Because this festival could swallow 10 grand and still not go ahead. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's fast.
You've deposits to pay, you've this to pay and that to pay, and at the end you could sell 0 tickets and say, right, we're going to have to pull this.
Yes.
And you still have 10 grand to pay. So all that sponsorship money goes away. Because you have to pay deposits and you have to pay for this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
And we expected that most people would go, no, you prove that you can do this and then have a conversation. So this year is going to be a lot different.
Concept proven.
From now on, it's going to be a lot different.
Different conversation now with the sponsors and that there, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So again, to the people at home, whoever's watching the interview here today with the two festival organisers, like, if you know a sponsor, if you can sponsor something like this, it would be greatly appreciated, because it's a local community thing, and we want to keep it going year after year.
Yeah, definitely.
And we run it real tight financially. We run it really tight. We got all the bands under our budget. Yeah. We got an awful lot of stuff under budget. We were creative in how we can't afford this, but what if we do this?
Sure.
So it's not like we're wasting a load of money.
No.
Nothing went on expenses. Like, we just went for lunch, Alan.
None of that.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
No.
We didn't even buy T-shirts for the staff. Nothing.
Nothing.
No, you could see a lot of it was streamlined, and you did a really good job at what you had to do. You know what I mean? You couldn't ask for more than that. Everybody seemed to enjoy themselves, and people are looking forward to it for next year.
Yeah.
So, like, what more can you do? You put on something like this here, you'd be dedicated and passionate. I can feel the passion off the two of you, which is great for the music, the local community, and a festival like this.
It's about the endorphin rush at the end of the day. That's what it's about.
Adrenaline junkies with festivals.
Like 2 weeks before the festival, it's like, I am never doing this again. Never doing this again. And a couple of days before the festival, we start setting up, and I'm like, I'm so tired, and I'm so busy, and I've real life stuff going on, and I've this coming up, and And then we sat, like, our favourite moment was Sunday evening, Sunday night, last band on, and we found a couch up at the acoustic stage. Everything was over up there. And Sonya and myself and Eugene O'Hanlon, and we sat back in the couch, the three of us, and just looking up at the stars, and endorphins and dopamine just running through us, going, we did this. Yeah. And it was the best feeling.
It was just a look. We kind of looked at each other. Didn't even say it, and just kind of went,
That
just happened.
You just knew.
That just happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
that's kind of what we go for.
Well, look, congratulations, guys. I think you proved the concept. You ran a very successful event, and you're working really hard to make sure that happens next year.
Yep.
So it's just important for us as a local business as well to try and get some support behind you, highlight this, and make sure everybody's there next year. 100,000 people.
That'd be class.
So, well, look, it's been great having you on the show today. We're going to have to wrap things up now. But I think we've covered an awful lot of the different attributes of the festival, where the festival is going, and how people at home can gain some insight into things like that, but also how they can support the next festival and get the next festival. It's important to the local community that it's there.
It's the last music festival in Louth. Well, not the last music, but like, you don't have Fantastical anymore.
Yeah.
You don't have Arcadian Field anymore. You've got Aurfest now, and it's around the same kind of like avenue that those two festivals were. And there's nothing really in between now. Right. Probably what? Belfast and Dublin. That's happening like
and
that anymore.
And it's a July time, is it?
It's July, so it'll be the start of July.
July, okay,
first week of
good.
July,
But again, I think the message from this interview is really stay tuned to the socials. Stay tuned to the social media and stuff like that, and we will be advertising. You will be advertising the festival.
You said you were.
No, you said. I heard. We heard that. That was recorded, right?
That's recorded.
You heard that. You heard that. You said he was going to
do a bit of that. All right, of course we can. Well, listen, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. We'll wrap it up there, and hopefully we'll do this again in the next few weeks or a few months' time again. Come back and keep us updated.
Absolutely.
Thanks very much.
Thank you very much. This is great. This place is absolutely amazing.
Thank you very much, Alan. It's very much appreciated.